Our correspondent Akshay Dongre is joining us from New Delhi to spell out more. Akshay, talking of the crisis in West Asia, the latest development we've told our viewers about is the UNSC adopting US resolution on Trump's Gaza plan. How will that further pan out, and to what extent will that help in bringing normalcy in the region, given the way that ceasefire is currently in place?
Well, that is going to be quite a speculation here as far as how it is going to pan out, because it's one thing we have learned from the region is that all the speculations have fallen flat as far as the factors are concerned that have been involved in the violence. But we can talk about the situation right now. That is about the tension that still remains in the region. Now, as far as the major movement is concerned, that is going to happen for sure is going to be the international stabilization force that is going to be that is going to have forces from different countries. Now, they will be working under the supervision of Israel and Egypt. And will be training, Palestinian police officers, policemen, who will be, taking over the peace and security operations in the region. Now, that is point one. Now, earlier, the Palestinian police was working under the authority of Hamas, which is going to change. The international stabilization force is going to function under supervision of the entire world in a manner, because different world leaders who are going to be supervising this international stabilization force are going to monitor how the lives of Palestinians are more secured in this manner as far as a neutral police force is concerned. The second is going to be board of peace. Now, that's going to be quite important because Donald Trump, along with several other country leaders, are going to be part of this board that is going to be there in the governance, as well as matters of governance for the time being of the region, especially when we are talking about the Palestinians and how they have been living under the authority of Hamas earlier. Now, it is going to change, and that is going to be it is going to be board of peace that is going to govern Gaza, especially for this transition that is going to take several years, including reconstruction of Gaza, including establishment of the international stabilization force, and sort of maintaining relation with the neighboring countries as well. That is the second point. And the third, that is also quite essential, is also to point out that the reconstruction of Gaza is going to be done by the funds that will be provided by World Bank. So these are three major things that have gotten approval of the United Nations Security Council. But there are still certain issues, they still remain. That includes the complete disarmament of Hamas. That is one sticking point that we are witnessing right now. But as far as the voting pattern is also concerned, it's quite important to see that China and Russia did not vote against the international stabilization force and the 20-point program plan that was pushed by Donald Trump and the US administration. So that is quite important to see, because irrespective of the kind of criticism that China and Russia had of the plan, they have decided to abstain from the voting that helped the UN resolution to pass without any kind of veto coming in from the two countries. So it seems that the world remains optimistic about the plan, but now the implementation will decide, in a manner, how this is going to pan out. So that is why, speculation at this point in time is going to be premature. But the steps are looking positive as far as establishing peace in the region are concerned.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those details.